Okay, we'll go ahead and call this meeting of October 3rd, 2016 to order. If you would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I pledge allegiance to the flag of Michigan and to the state for which it stands, to the beautiful peninsula, united by a bridge of steel, where equal opportunity and justice to all is our ideal. Oops. Boy, I puffed up there. Okay. Sandy, could we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Shippers?
Here.
Bowman?
Here.
Wolfile?
Here.
Meinhardt?
Here.
Mayor Philp?
Here. Okay, and at this time, we could get an approval of the agenda. I think we have a...
Yes, we have a slight change, Mayor, members of the City Council this evening. Due to there not being information ready to discuss as a part of the posted closed session, my recommendation would be to amend the agenda to remove the closed session item accordingly.
Make a motion to approve the agenda with removing the closed session.
Support.
Sandy, could we have the roll call, please?
Councilmember Bowman?
Yes.
Wolfile?
Yes.
Meinhardt?
Yes.
Shippers?
Yes.
Mayor Philp?
Yes. Motion carries. This time we'll open the floor for public comments. We do ask that you keep your comments to 3 minutes or less, and if you would write down your name and the address, we would appreciate that. Seeing no one, we'll close public comment. And at this time, look for approval of the consent agenda. We do have the meeting minutes from our regular meeting held on September 19th, along with the minutes from the closed session held on September 19th. Okay, would someone like to make that motion?
I will make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented. Support.
Sandy, could we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Wolfile?
Yes.
Meinhardt?
Yes.
Shippers?
Yes.
Bowman?
Yes.
Mayor Philp?
Yes, motion carries. Now we have the city manager's report.
Thank you, Mayor and members of the City Council. The first item is the approval of an agreement to pay debt service with the Cadillac Downtown Development Authority. This is in regards to the bonds that the City Council issued earlier this summer for our street projects and our placemaking projects, specifically the plaza. Owen, if you have any information you'd like to share with council about the agreement?
I don't. It's a very simple and straightforward and basically compels the DDA to make their share 1/3 of the debt service. It's about $80,000 a year. So the council will consider the agreement, and then the DDA will do the same at their October meeting here in a couple of weeks. So it's basically getting to the point where we've talked about for a little while, expecting this agreement to come forward.
So it starts in November?
The debt service, it starts right away. I think the initial interest payment is due in March or April. So it starts the current fiscal year. And the DDA has passed a motion pledging their revenue, but this just formalizes that in the form of an agreement. We didn't issue two separate bond issues. The DDA has bonding capacity of their own, but we did it all in one to save on issuance costs.
Is that one payment annually?
We usually disperse the captured taxes once a year, so this would be most likely for ease of accounting, it would be one transfer per year.
I'll make a motion to approve the agreement to pay debt service between the City of Cadillac and the Downtown Development Authority as presented.
Support.
Sandy, could we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Meinhardt?
Yes.
Shippers?
Yes.
Spelman?
Yes.
Wolfile?
Yes.
Mayor Folkins?
Yes, motion carries. And that takes us to the adoption of ordinances and resolutions.
Thank you, Mayor and members of the City Council. We have two items under this section this evening. The first is a request by the Up North Arts, Inc. For a charitable gaming license for a future raffle that they would like to hold. I do not have any dates for when they're planning on holding the raffle or as a part of any specific event, but your packet does include the standard resolution that we received from the state that does need the local board's support. And this request came in from Vicki Essenmacher.
I was going to say it looks really incomplete.
Yeah,
It's basically just verifying that they're a nonprofit and operating in our community, if I'm looking at it correctly.
yes, I'm saying. Yep.
They always come in blank, and I usually type everything in and then sign it and send it to the state.
Okay, so what they're asking us to do, though, is to recognize them as a nonprofit.
Right, and then I fill that in.
Okay.
And then send it to
So
them.
that they can apply for
Okay,
the license.
all right, good, thank you.
I'll make a motion to adopt a local governing body resolution for charitable gaming license for Up North Arts, Inc.
Support.
I guess I would ask, is everybody familiar with this group?
Yeah.
Tell us about this group so that everybody else can know. Well, it's a new group. I mean,
Right.
really, it's a new 501c3, so I think it's a reasonable question, and it's the group that's looking at forming an art center in the community. And this would be one of their ways of raising some money to do that.
Okay, Sandy, could we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Shippers?
Yes?
Spelman?
Yes.
Wolfile?
Yes.
Meinhardt?
Yes.
Mayor Folkins?
Yes, motion carries.
Thank you. We do have another item. This is with respect to the MERS Library 457. Owen, could you explain how this is a little bit different than what the council approved about a year ago?
Yeah, so as you recall, the library is a division still under the city, and it's been that way for a long, long time. And it actually saves some administrative costs. As such, though, anytime they want to change or add something, it has to come before the city council. So just over a year ago, they brought a similar recommendation to explore the defined contribution retirement plan. This is a little bit different. This is just another menu option basically for the employees to contribute to a 457. So there's no cost. This is basically just a retirement savings option that they want to provide for their employees. It's not an official, the official MERS defined contribution plan. That's already, we've already approved a resolution for this. This just is yet another option that they wanted to provide for their employees. So there's no cost to us. This is just something that their employees can contribute to or not.
So do they administrate it, or do you?
MERS administers it,
Okay.
and they do the library does their own payroll, so if they want to make voluntary deductions into the plan, that would all be administered by whoever does their payroll for them.
It's a supplemental plan.
Yep, it is.
Basically the same thing we have for other city.
ICMA, and we opened the one for nationwide, and that had to come before the council anytime you adopt a new option for the employees.
All right, I'll make a motion to adopt the MERS 457 supplemental plan retirement program resolution and authorize the mayor to sign the MERS 457 participation agreement. Support.
Sandy, could we have the roll call, please?
Councilmember Spelman.
Yes.
Wolfile.
Yes.
Meinhardt.
Yes.
Shippers.
Yes.
Mayor Folkins.
Yes, motion carries. Okay, then in our package this evening, we do have the minutes of the Dog Park Advisory Committee meeting held on August 10th, along with the minutes of the Zoning Board of Appeals meeting that was held on July 21st. At this time, we'll open the floor again for public comment. Seeing no one, we'll close public comment and move to the good of the order.
Well, I would like to wish happy birthday to Councilmember T.I. Shippers. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
And we kept the meeting short just for you.
Thank you. Best gift ever.
Okay. Also, I wanted to mention, last week, Reamer Eye Center opened their new building here in Cadillac down in South Mitchell next to the Forest Service, and we were invited to attend their open house. And we had a really nice time there. Their staff was very hospitable in giving us tours and talking about their new facility and new services they want to expand to offer here in Cadillac. That new building that they built is a beautiful facility. And so I just wanted to say that I appreciate the invite. We had there were several of us from council that went. We enjoyed ourselves. We're very grateful that they stayed in the city of Cadillac with their new facility, and we appreciate the invite. Had a nice time going to see their new facility.
Last week, the Youth Council did Project Sticker Shock. Went out and put stickers, notifications on multi-packs of alcoholic beverages to remind the community not to serve alcohol to minors. And it was nice because one of the things that we noticed, we made little signs that went on the coolers or above cooler cases, and in many of the places that we returned to after last spring, those signs were still present. So I'm hoping this is making an impact, and just glad that's something the kids can do.
Anybody else?
Just wanted to say that the Reamers did have a nice open house. And our open house with the leadership.
The ribbon cutting.
The ribbon cutting on
That was very nice.
Friday, other than Mother Nature not cooperating, it was rather nice.
Yeah, it was an exciting week.
Were you going to mention Friday night?
You can.
Okay. So Friday night, this coming Friday night at 8:30 is going to be another movie at the Rotary Pavilion, sponsored by the Cadillac Hospital Munson. Hotel Transylvania 2 is going to be on at 8:30. The only real major concern, if there was a major concern, would again be weather. If there are some wind gusts, you know, whether it's summer, winter, or fall, well, probably not winter, but summer, spring, or fall, if it's really windy, we'll need to postpone and do the movie on another night, only because we don't want the rigging to get torn off from the pavilion and possibly hurt somebody. But we are planning for it to be a go this Friday night at 8:30. So.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Yes.
The only other mention was going to be, again, a plug for the upcoming Chamber of Commerce Lecture Luncheon, with the topic being Michigan's Broken Municipal Finance Model. It's Friday, October 14th, and I would encourage City Council to try to attend if at all possible. so.
Yeah, and I did want to let the council know that I'm going to send a personal letter to all of the county commissioners and county elected officials to join us that day for lunch, and it's an opportunity for us to all hear this together and how it's going to affect us.
Good. And the chamber has their business expo coming up on Thursday.
Yeah.
Starts about 10 o'clock, probably?
Might be 10, I think so. Chamber, Cadillac.org is probably the best site to visit to get the details on those upcoming events. So.
Yeah. Did you want to mention the MSU group that came to town?
Sure.
That was pretty exciting.
Yeah, it was. Last week we had the privilege of having the Michigan State University Extension and Ag Bio Research State Council in Cadillac for 2.5 days and provided them with a tour of all of the different areas and agricultural opportunities and places that MSU has worked over the past few years and made an impact. One of those was the city of Cadillac, because of all of the changes that have taken place in the park area. Really started with a grant that we had received through a partnership between the Michigan Municipal League and MSU Extension and MSU and MISHDA and a couple of other partners in the state. Sorry if I'm missing anybody. But the group came, and Mayor Filkins and the city manager, Marcus Pecha, provided them with an overview of everything that's happened over the last few years. That started with that original conversation about what do we want our city park and that parking lot behind Mitchell Street to look like. And then we gave them a walking tour, which included, of course, the renovated pavilion and the splash pad that had just started working and the fireplace that had just started working. So they were very impressed, and it really is nice to showcase all of the neat stuff that we've done down there. I was proud. It was really nice. Thank you for giving that tour. It was great.
And the expo, by the way, I just looked it up. It's 11 to 4.
11.
Thursday.
Good. Okay, well, if there's nothing else, we're going to have a really short meeting and we're going to adjourn.